Ajahn and I are continuing to work on the reprint of the biography of Luang Por Chah. And for those who have read it, it's incredibly inspiring. And just to understand the amount of effort and energy that Luang Por put into his practice, and then the results for himself, and then for inspiring so many other people, generations. So it's helpful to read biographies, to know there are these great beings. On the flip side of this, we might read the lives of around these, even the lives of the Buddha's disciples, Buddha himself, and might kind of get a little depressed, or just think, well, I can't even get close to that, or I keep making these mistakes, or repeating myself, making mistakes over and over again, and so we might think, oh, what good is it, and I'll never amount to much. And so we need to really look at that attitude, because it's really going against right effort. It's leaning into the unwholesome. The fact is, we all are constantly starting where we are, and there's no other way to exist, really. We're doing the best we can with the circumstances we're given. Sometimes some of our circumstances are incredibly difficult, and sometimes our karma, what we end up with in how we are, our tendencies, and so we have to deal with them. We might want to kind of feel, woe is me, and it's not really worth it, but it always is. It's just that we have to rise up to the challenge of wherever it is we are. And so it's important to continually remind ourselves of this, because we don't know necessarily what the vipaka karma is, the results of the actions of these great beings, and all of the cultivation that they've done in their past lives, or even in their earlier part of their lives. And we might not have had that, but we don't know. Part of the ripening of barami, part of the ripening of spiritual perfections, that comes through practice in itself. And so by giving it our all, by really trying and encouraging ourselves over and over again, then we have the potential to see the fruits of that kind of continual and encouraging practice, that sense of just continuing on and getting ourselves up out of the dirt, when we fall down, just dusting ourselves off and continuing. And this can happen many times throughout the day. We just want to keep reminding ourselves, we say something we regret, or we do something, or we see that, we've weaseled our way out of something again, and okay, how can I rise up out of this? And the main basis of all of it is just not to take it personally, because that's when we create a self out of it, and it isn't helpful for us at all. So we just see it as impersonal, and we say, okay, this is just, I can kind of move into this defilement, or I can move out of it. I can move out of this hindrance, or I can move out of it. And so when we're aware, when we're experiencing something that's sort of overwhelming our mind, we just say, okay, wait a minute, I have choices to make right now. And we just keep lifting ourselves up, keep encouraging ourselves. And that's what makes a great being. One who just keeps going, has that patient endurance, and doesn't let negative states drag one down.